Okay, here we go. So, 6th anniversary. Obviously, we have the fusions, and this is gonna be a top 10 list. Um, I don't have the list in my mind. Obviously, I just as the video goes on, I just pretty much just create the list. So that's usually how I do it. I don't really have like everything sorted in my head. Uh, I might start with number one and number two because for now that's actually the only two units that I know that I think the fusions are number one and number two. So in my opinion, Super Vegito is number one. Number two is Gogeta Blue. I think it's close. I think you can go either way. Of course, I'm a Super Vegito fan, so uh, you could say I'm a little bit biased, but at the same time, I used both of them. I have Vegito at 9 stars. I only have Gogeta at 6, so that definitely also a factor. But every time I use Vegito, I just feel like he's better. I don't know. Like I had an easier time recording his videos when I was using him. I definitely had a tougher time recording the Gogeta videos, but once again, my Vegito is higher stars. I think it is close for sure. Like I don't think if you say that Gogeta Blue is number one, then that's like a bad thing to say, or I disagree, or whatever. I'm gonna say like yeah, that's fair. That's definitely that's he's definitely arguable to be number one. So it is close between the two, but I like Vegito more. And one thing is that I really like about these two. I think they are number one and two, but at the same time, all the other top tier units. So obviously we have Gohan, obviously we have Golden Frieza, obviously we have UI. I think this is probably my top five. Uh, I wouldn't say these two are like leagues above these three, right? I think Ultra Gohan still competes. I think he's still extremely good, extremely relevant. Of course, he's green, so he's gonna be a very good counter to Vegito. His gauge is still broken. Yes, Gogeta can get rid of the gauge or ignore the gauge basically, but still, like, that's one unit. All the other units can do that, and obviously Vegito is blue. And since he's number one in my opinion, obviously Gohan has a ton of value still. He's still extremely broken, very annoying still. So yeah, like these two, I think they are number one and two, but I wouldn't say they are like leagues above these three or all the other top tier units. Um, Vegito, I definitely think that the Rising Rush thing is very broken. Obviously, he can pretty much just guarantee you the Rising Rush. Like your opponent can guess it, but it's pretty much goes through anyways. He also nullifies endurance on Rush. He also gets a buff when you rush Revival unit, or he just gets rid of the Revival unit's first life. He gets 50% damage inflicted, which is a lot, and he also gains 2 Dragon Balls. So he is very strong with the Rising Rush. Um, he also has a green card which ignores cover changes. I don't know. I just feel like this unit is. I'm pretty sure he's also type neutral defensively. I have to read the kits again because they do a lot. Obviously, it's pretty much 3 units because they start off as Goku and Vegeta tag. They fuse. It's pretty much 3 units. They do a lot. They do a lot. But I think it's very close once again. Gogeta obviously has the gauge nullification, so he can ignore UI Goku's gauge. He can ignore Gohan's gauge, which is very strong for sure. Obviously, you can't cover change when he does his strikes. You can, but he's gonna ignore cover changes. So yeah, that's very strong. Obviously, that's a very strong ability, and it's a big help because I'm gonna be honest. Like I was getting sick and tired of UI Goku Gohan's gauge. I was getting sick and tired of that shit. So I'm actually pretty happy that Gogeta has that ability to just ignore the unique gauge. Extremely good ability for sure. Uh, so yeah, like it's close. It's close. I don't know if I've seen people saying that Gogeta is gonna age better. Maybe. I think Vegito also has that argument that he can age extremely well. I mean, that Rising Rush thing is very strong. Like he nullifies endurance, almost a guaranteed rush. It's very, very good. So he's gonna age well, in my opinion, as well. So it's close. It's pretty much 1A, 1B. But I think Vegito has the slight edge, for sure. Once again, my own experience, I had a way easier time recording Vegito's videos. And I felt like he was better. But it is close. It is close, and once again, star difference. I only have Gogeta at 6 stars. So this is number 1, number 2. I think that's pretty safe to say that the fusions are number 1 and 2. Maybe you can argue Gohan is like number 2, number 1, maybe, if you really want to. Maybe you can argue Golden Frieza, but I wouldn't want to do that, honestly. Golden Frieza being number 1, I don't know. Maybe I could see Gohan. If someone says Gohan is number 1, maybe I could get behind that, maybe. But I think it's a pretty safe thing to say that Fusion's number 1, number 2. I think number 3 is gonna be Gohan. Obviously, once again, Vegito is blue. Gohan gains a ton of value because of that. Vegito obviously doesn't have the gauge nullification thing. So Gohan is obviously a very, very strong counter. Vegito is a strike unit. He has a melee blue card. Of course, he has a melee green card as well. So he's gonna be obviously a very good counter against Vegito. I think number 4 is Ultra Golden Frieza. I think it's still like a very safe thing to say that Golden Frieza is number 4. Maybe you could say number 5. But I think he's number 4 probably, because obviously he's still very, very strong. He also gains some value because he has the comeback mechanic. Obviously Vegito doesn't nullify that, and he also goes type neutral when he dies and comes back. And if you pop his main after he comes back, he also goes type neutral, so he can actually deal with Gogeta very, very well as well. So it's like Golden Frieza. I think he still holds his value pretty well. I don't think he fell off. I don't think he's number 1. I don't think he's number 2, but I think number 4, like that's a pretty safe thing to say. I would probably say maybe you could put Frieza above Gohan. Maybe, but at the same time, I would probably go with Gohan being number 3. Because once again, like, Gogeta, I mean, obviously Frieza's comeback mechanic is very strong, but Gogeta can heal a lot, obviously. Like, if you get rid of his first life, before you fuse, like, Gogeta just heals all his HP back. So, yeah, that's definitely one thing to consider. I think Gohan number 3 is fine for Frieza. 5 is probably UI, although I don't see UI that much. Although, why would you run UI? Like, everyone runs the fusions. And obviously the fusions are strike units. UI is blessed. I mean, you can build UI strike. It's not a big deal. But I would say he's probably number 5. Maybe you could say Baby is up here as well. I'm gonna put 17 up here somewhere as well. I've seen people saying that Baby is better than UI Goku. I've seen some people saying Baby is like number 4, number 3 or something. I've definitely seen people saying that Baby is number 4. I don't know if I would go that far. I wouldn't put Baby above Frieza, Gohan. Maybe UI, maybe, but I feel like UI is still the better unit. I feel like his auto dodge thing, obviously his gauge is like extremely broken. Yes, we have Gogeta Blue now, so he can deal with that, but that's one unit. That's one unit. All the other units can't do that. He also has the lock. You can snipe a unit. He also gets it back when he's last man standing, and his ultimate actually type neutral when you have a dead battle member. He also nullifies endurance on main ability for 15 timer counts, I think. He's just a very strong unit. I don't know if I would put Baby above UI. Baby is good for sure. it's pretty tough to talk about Baby because the thing is I only have that unit at 3 stars or 4 maybe, and I haven't used him in a while. I can say one thing, he's very annoying. Like every time I face this unit, he's annoying as hell. I'm gonna give him that. He's very, very annoying. So I think he's definitely up here somewhere, but I wouldn't put him above UI. Like maybe that's just me. And if you think Baby is better than UI, I can see it maybe, but I think UI is better. That's just my opinion. So I think this is gonna be my top 5. Number 6 is probably going to be Super Baby 2. Number 7 is Super 17. Is Baby better than Super 17? Like, Super 17 definitely fell off a little bit because, I mean, pretty obviously, Vegito is a thing, and Super 17 can't really do a lot against him. But I've seen Super 17 a few times since the anniversary started, and this unit is still annoying as hell. And he's still really, really good. And when he gets going, it's pretty hard to stop him. He can paralyze, he has the green card. If you get the green card off, good luck, because he's type neutral there. So that's gonna be very difficult to deal with him. After he gets the green card off, he has the AoE ultimate. I don't know. I think Super 17 is. I would say he's better still. I'm not gonna put Baby above Super 17. Honestly, I know a lot of people are going crazy about Baby right now. Like once again, I'm seeing people saying that he's number 4, number 5, maybe. But the thing is, once again, I only have him at 3, 4 stars. So it's pretty hard for me to actually say like, yeah, he's like number 4, number 5 because I don't actually have him at high stars. And the thing is, Baby is a very star dependent unit. He needs stars because obviously he's a defensive unit. Obviously he has the gauge. That's the main thing about him. And if you have more stars, obviously you're more defensive. You're more bulky. You can take more damage. You can get the gauge more easily. But he's very strong. Like he's definitely a top 10 unit. I don't know if I want to put him above 17 though, because once again I've seen 17 a few times since the anniversary started, and he does his job still. Like he still does his thing. He's still very, very annoying. He's still extremely good. He can definitely win new matches. Yeah, so that's the thing. And yeah, like Vegito obviously counters him, but at the same time, Gogeta Blue, the new fusion, who is number 2 in my opinion, arguably number 1, he's yellow. So I wouldn't say he's like out of the top 10 or anything like that, or he's unusable. And once again, I've seen him a few times, and he does his job. He's still very, very fucking annoying. Let's just say that. So I think I'm gonna go with 17 number 6, Super Baby 2 number 7. I think. I don't think I want to put anyone above Super 17 or sorry Super Baby 2. So this is number 7. I think LF Broly is probably top 10. I'm gonna say that. He looks very good. Obviously, he came out yesterday. So I don't have like a ton of experience with him, but he looks impressive as hell. He's very tanky. He does a lot of damage. Obviously, he builds up. He has cardio speed. He gets his vanish back. Obviously, the old stuff. And one of the biggest buffs, in my opinion, is his ultimate, because his ultimate nullifies endurance now. He didn't do that before, and he also goes type neutral on his ultimate. And I'm pretty sure it was the showcase video. I one-shotted an Ultra Gohan with Broly, just one-shotted him. it was pretty insane. And Broly obviously has a plat, and he also gets damage. I think he gets 50% when he kills someone. Like, Broly is good. He looks very, very good. Obviously, once again, he's been out for a day, but he looks very, very good. I don't know if I'm gonna say he's number 8, but I think he might be top 10. I think he might be top 10. Okay, who else do we have? Nappa and Vegeta is in the conversation, I think, maybe, although I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm not as high on this unit as many other people. Since obviously I'm talking about since the fusions came out, because I don't really see his value that much. Gogeta Blue came out. We have UI still, we have Super Baby 2. We don't really have red units. We have Super 17, but I don't see Super 17 a lot. I've seen him a few times, but I don't see him a lot. Mostly it's fusions, obviously Gogeta Blue, Super Vegito, those two with Gohan, a regular fusions team, Feedku. I don't really see this unit's value, so at the moment at least. I'm not saying they are bad, I think they are really good, and before the anniversary started, I would say they were like a top 6, top 7 unit, but I think since the fusions came out, I definitely think they fell off a little bit. In the current meta, I wouldn't say they are like anything crazy. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think they are anything crazy. Obviously, Gogeta Blue counters this unit extremely hard. I mean, type disadvantage. But even Vegito has anti-revival, so it's like, I don't see the value that much. And if you run a purple, I would run Golden Frieza. Of course, if you don't have him, that's another thing. But I'm running Golden Frieza. Even Frieza, once again, like, before anniversary, I would say he was number 1. Right now, he's number 4. So even he fell off a little bit. And Golden Frieza, way better than Nappa and Vegeta, in my opinion. Are they top 10? Maybe, we'll see. So we have these two. I've seen a lot of people saying Goku and Bardock is top 10 again. I don't know, actually. Are they? Are they top 10? I understand that they have the indestructible mechanic, but that's pretty much it, right? Like, I understand they have that, but I don't know. I think people are a little bit overrating this unit. Maybe I should revisit them. I don't know. I actually don't know if they are like, oh, they are back. They are top 10 for sure. Like, I would say they are like top 15, maybe top 10. But I honestly I would put them above Nappa and Vegeta in the current meta. I probably would, just because indestructible, and obviously Bardock is green, so he's actually a good counter against Vegito. Vegito can trash this unit. They still have the AoE green, which is extremely valuable. So I think I'm gonna put Goku and Bardock above Nappa and Vegeta in the current meta. I'm not saying individually they are a better unit, but in the current meta, I would probably say they are better than Nappa and Vegeta. Who else do we have? I think this guy could be in the top 10, and I think this Broly could be in the top 10. It's tough. It's tough, actually. I think I'm gonna put Goku above these units. Should I put... Honestly, I think Broly might just be here. I think I'm gonna go with him being number 8. I think so. Who should I put above Broly here? Maybe this guy? I don't think so. The green Broly should be somewhere here as well. I'm gonna put green Broly above these two, honestly, in the current meta. Green Broly is really good. He's extremely good. Honestly, I might do this. The thing is, Movies is really good, and Movies has a ton of options. So Movies has Gogeta Blue, obviously, number 2 unit, arguably number 1. Golden Frieza, obviously, number 4. We have the new LF Broly. The new Zenkai LF Broly. We have the new Green Broly. We also have Pikkon and Super Gogeta. So Beast Gohan, actually, I think Beast Gohan also gained some value because obviously he's a red, he counters Gogeta Blue. Obviously, he can go type neutral as well, but at the same time, Vegito can also just one-shot him pretty easily. Broly can obviously one-shot him pretty easily, but still, like, when he transforms, he removes your gauge, like, he can do some stuff. I think he gains some value. Is he top 10 though? Maybe, but I'm not sure. Like, should I put Beast above any of these units? Probably not. But I think he's actually pretty decent, and I think people don't. I think Beast might be underrated at this point. I feel like, because if you build like a very strong movies team, I think Beast actually does his job pretty well. Golden Frieza, Beast Gohan, you can use the any of these two. Um, Obviously the new Gogeta. So movies is good. Like movies is a very strong team for sure. It's a top tier team, and I think Beast Gohan could definitely work pretty well. Obviously not against Vegito. He's not gonna be the best, but he can still go type neutral. So he can do something. I think. Okay, so I think 17 is gonna stay here. I think he's gonna be number 6. I think number 7 is gonna be Super Vegito. I think number 8 is gonna be LF Broly. I think number 9 is gonna be Fury Broly. I'm looking at this list. You can definitely argue units above Fury Broly, but I think he's really strong. I do believe that he's extremely good right now. Once again, movies, top tier team. He's green. He counters the best unit in the game. In my opinion, the best unit in the game. He's kind of broken in my opinion. He looks very strong. Obviously, the green card spam. He gets Cavernol when he enters the battlefield, or I think he uses a card. He gets Cavernol, gets his Vanish back on ultimate. He has an AoE ultimate as well. He hits extremely hard. He goes type neutral on his green card. He's good. He's really good. You could argue some of these units, like maybe this guy is above him, maybe this guy, maybe them. I think I'm gonna go with Broly, Fury Broly number 9. I might be overrating him, but right now I think he definitely has a ton of value in the current meta. We don't really have purples besides Golden Frieza. Nappa and Vegeta is like the only other purple option. Like that's pretty much all the purples in the meta. He's really good in my opinion. So he's gonna be number 9. And number 10, who's gonna be number 10? Okay, so I added Super Gogeta. I think this unit is also very good. In my opinion, at least. I've been using fusions a lot. And I mean a lot. I've been using fusions like pretty much like every day. Obviously, the new fusions came out, and I'm using the like pure fusions a lot. Obviously, I've recorded a ton of videos. I've been using Pikkon and Gogeta a ton. I do believe that they are very good. In the current meta. Obviously, once again, Vegito is blue, this guy is green, he's revival. Obviously, Vegito has anti-revival, but at the same time, still, like, Gogeta, Pikkon, he dies, but obviously, Vegeta comes back, he can't nullify revival. So, I think revival, in general, gains some value. This is a revival unit. I think they still do what they did before. I think they are still pretty good. I understand why they fell off, like last couple of months, because obviously Golden Frieza was extremely broken. He was number 1, I think. Obviously Nappa and Vegeta came out. Purples were very strong before the anniversary started, and obviously green units fell off. Besides this guy, but I mean, this guy is ridiculous. But yeah, I think that was the reason why Pikkon and Gogeta disappeared. But we have a new meta, and in the current meta, and since we have these two, I think he gained a ton of value. I've been running these 3. This is pretty much my fusions team, these 2 and Gogeta, and I also have Ultra Gogeta if I need him. But usually that's the 3 units I'm running: Super Vegito, Gogeta Blue, and Revival Super Gogeta. That's the team I'm running. Gogeta does his job pretty well. Pikkon is very annoying still, in my opinion. He's pretty good defensively. The green cards are very annoying, obviously. Super Gogeta is still a pretty solid unit in my opinion. Obviously when Pikkon dies, LF Super Gogeta I think is still like a very strong unit. He also has a ranged blue card, which is in my opinion still very valuable. Obviously you still face UI, you still face Ultra Gohan a lot. I think this unit is still very strong. I don't really see why people are downplaying him. I definitely think he's like arguably top 10, and I'm gonna go with him being top 10. I think this is gonna be my top 10. I'm not saying this is like like this is the top 10, and if you say that any of these units, like let's say you want to say that this GT Goku is top 10, I can definitely see that. Goku and Bardock, I can see it. Nappa and Vegeta, I can see it. I think I'm not as high on this unit as a lot of other people are. I don't think they are top 10, honestly. I just don't think this meta is good for them. I don't see them at all, honestly, since the anniversary started. I just don't really see why would you run this unit. If you run a purple, once again, it's gonna be Golden Frieza. Double purple, obviously that team was extremely strong before the anniversary. Probably the best team in the game, like mono purple and stuff like that. But it's a different meta, and I just don't see why would you run this unit. I don't think running 2 purples is a good option. Like, this unit is going to absolutely destroy you. And yeah, I just don't think they have that much value at the moment. They are definitely a very strong unit. I'm not saying they are not good, and they can definitely move up. And in the future, I'm pretty sure they are gonna move up. They are definitely have top 10 potential for sure. But in the current meta, once again, in my opinion, they are not top 10. So yeah, I think this is probably fine. And obviously these guys, I have to use Ultra Vegito Blue. I think he definitely gained value. This guy is good. I haven't used him too much. I used him like once. I only have him at 3 stars. I only pulled him once, unfortunately. Which is kind of funny because I have Vegito at 9 stars. But yeah, that's kind of funny. But he's definitely a very annoying unit. Support unit. I think he's good. I think he's definitely good. I think he definitely deserves to be in the honorable mention list. And this guy is also very strong. He's very, very good. Especially before the anniversary started. Like, this guy was so good. I think he was the best Zenkai before the anniversary started. So he's definitely also an honorable mention. I'm not gonna rank these units, by the way. Like, this is not necessarily in order. Like, these are just, I think this is like pretty much like top 16, top 17. So like, this is pretty much my top 15. So this is the top 10. This is in order. This is not in order. Like, you can definitely move stuff around. Like, I'm not gonna go crazy about this or whatever, or feed go above Goku and Butter. Like, I don't really care. Vegito Blue is here. I'm just gonna give him a chance. I still have to use him. I think he definitely gained value though. I definitely think he gained some value. So I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and I definitely think he gained some value though. So we'll see. I'm gonna do a video on him. I'm gonna 5 times Zenkai buff him, and we'll see what he can do. So yeah, this is gonna be my top 10. These are the honorable mention units. Yeah, I think this is fine. You can definitely move some stuff around. I can definitely see this portion. A lot of people are gonna be like, oh my god, this unit, why is he here? Why is he here? Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna go crazy. I think below like top 6, top 7, it's pretty tough. I think you can make an argument for a lot of units. Like, honestly, if you really want to go crazy about this unit, if you say he's like a top 8, at least a top 10 unit, I'm not gonna go crazy about that. I'm not gonna argue. I can see it. Like, I don't think this is a bad unit. I'm not saying this is a bad unit. I just don't think the meta is right for this unit to be like super good. But they are individually, they are super good. Like, they are very, very strong. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see people arguing about like Super Gogeta maybe, but I feel like this unit was always very, very underrated, and I was always one of those people who actually liked this unit a lot, and liked this unit a lot more than other people. So it is what it is. I think he's top 10 right now, or at least like top 11, top 12, somewhere around there. Like, I'm not gonna go crazy about like who is number 9, who is number 10, number 11. Like, you can definitely make arguments. You can definitely put this guy above Gogeta. You get the point. So yeah, this is gonna be my top 10. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.